What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time we did Kerrigan with Torasks. They're big chunky boys who can't shoot up though. This time we do have guys who can shoot up. Artanis has Archons, the Archon dudes, and Reavers. So I'll go with Archons because they can shoot up. They have storms. They have that ability, and yeah, I can only probably go with one tech route here because if I make Reavers, that's a lot of gas investment into Reavers, then Reaver upgrades. Then yeah, I'd rather just have straight up Archons. So yeah, let's go ahead and thank Darth, Karis Band, Lucinous Impudence, and Shadow Archon who are supporting me with Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Forgot to do the prestige thing. I'm going with Arship Commandant because I like the Archon dudes that come with it. Orbital Strikes are more expensive though, energy-wise, so there's the trade-off. I'll go with Shield Overcharge because Garden Shell is not a thing with Arship Commandant, so it's literally a waste. I'll go with actually Energy Regeneration because I'll be going Archon, so I want a lot of energy regen so that they can use more storms over the course of the game. And finally, Spear of Rune Energy because I like having the Archon dudes. It's kind of given. So yeah, let's hop straight into the game. The map, once again, is Missed Opportunities. We will have to defend Statman's bots. They will come out of this little factory right here, and they'll follow these tracks to the Terrazine geysers, and they will harvest Terrazine. What we have to do is protect those bots.
Are you real? Sorry, been here a while. The Terrazine?
So Artanis likes to get his expansions fast, so I'm sending this probe out at 15 workers. And then the way you expand Artanis is you drop Archon dudes, like use Orbital Strike. So I dropped the Archon dudes at the gas rocks first to take them out, so that I won't have problems with it later on. Then have them focus on the mineral rock right after. And then once that's down, you just wait for enough money, then start the Nexus. So we jump back here to the base. Next order of business is to start the gateway. I'm gonna build a certain layout of buildings to maximize the space here, but still close to my Nexus so that I don't have to send a probe all the way out here to build stuff. So yeah, start the gateway there. And then, since I'll be going for Archons, I will not really need to use or to upgrade anything on my Cybernetics core. Artanis comes with Warp Gate pre-researched, so you don't need to research anything from the Cyber core. So I'm just going to build it out here and then depower it later on. It's a little trick I like doing so that I can conserve space for my one pylon. Of course, I can afford everything on one pylon as Artanis because he starts at 200 supply. You can see right here. He only needs a singular pylon, and that's to place all his buildings in. For those who don't know, normal Protoss players require lots of pylons because each pylon gives you 8 denominator on your supply. You need a lot of denominator to build stuff, or to build, forces. But yeah, Artanis comes with 200 out of the box, so don't one pylon for your stuff. So you can see I'm building my Cybernetics core here. That will allow me to tech up. I cannot skip the Cyber core. I have to build it, so I might as well build an area where I will not use later on, just right out there. So yeah, I repowered the gateway, and this Cyber core will be the one that's unpowered. But the important thing is that I can still have it as part of the tech tree. It's unpowered, but it will still unlock the Twilight Council for me. That's great. I have this probe here for a special maneuver, so I'll slow it down a little bit for you guys. So what I did is I did a certain rally for my probe to take it across this geyser, this geyser, this geyser, and this camp, because I have 5 shots of Orbital Strike. Each Orbital Strike will spawn 1 Archon dude. So what happens is I'll use only 1 Archon dude for each of these 5 spots. First one here, second one here, third one here, fourth one here, fifth one here. It's a bit of a skill shot and one that I managed because I played on the slowest speed because this is my Guru map. But that doesn't matter. This video series is not for me to brag that I'm good at the game. Everyone knows I'm not that good at the game. I just kind of abuse my knowledge of what works, and this this series is a perfect opportunity for me to show how I can really stretch this commander. Of course, again, not claiming to be the best, even with slower speed.
I'm sending out the first pod.
That's just how much better guys like Lila or Stixbender or Tutu are better at the game than me. But again, doesn't matter. Don't pay attention to those guys. Pay attention to me. I drop solar right here
Enemies are headed
to
for
clear
my
out the spot,
pods. What a bunch of jerks.
and then I throw an Archon dude there, a second Archon dude there,
Commanders,
a
the
third
enemy's
Archon dude to
box
clear out this base,
request.
and then I'll drop a fourth one here to maintain vision, I think. No, I guess I don't. Yeah, this is a replay. We're watching a replay. Fourth one there, and then fifth one to clean out these Zealots, and then kind of make my way here, see if I can clear out anything. And that would be great if I could. Yeah, just kind of walk up here and do that. So while that's happening, I've already started the Kaidaran upgrade, the Kaidaran amulet upgrade for my High Templar that will allow them to have full energy from the onset. And I'm filling quite a few minerals, so I might as well do a gateway explosion of sorts. By that, I mean I make seven gateways right around the same time, because I have nothing else to do with my money.
The bots are back in town.
You can see I'm flowing a lot of, or rather, I'm harvesting with a lot of workers on the minerals. Although I don't fully saturate them. I need a lot of workers because I intend to go for lots of Zealots to tank for my Archons. But I don't go full saturation because the efficiency per worker at full saturation is slightly less than if you have something like 30 out of 15. Or, yeah, 19 out of 21. That's the ideal number, the ideal mix. So, again, I'll use some Archon dudes to deflect the first parts of the waves. So I'm sending these lots out for vision. Later on, I'll use the interface for shooting orbital strikes. And the only visions I have, I will lose Fog of War once I'm in the interface for orbital strike. So I need these Zealots to give me as much vision as possible. I even have backup Zealots here to maintain vision. And with every bit of gas I have, I'm spending it on Archons, because Archons have storms, which are more impactful than any upgrade I can get for them. So yeah, in this case, units are better than upgrades. So I'm waiting on the attack waves to arrive. You can see it's right there. Orbital strike again, and orbital strike again. That's 3 Archon dudes that will clear out a bunch of this stuff and will help me out later on. You can see I still have the Zealot on here, and I'm still, yeah, you can see I lose Fog of War once I'm in this interface. And I need these Zealots to give me vision for the orbital strike. While that's happening, my Archon dudes are still chilling out here. By the way, for the purpose of this video, I will count Archons and Archon dudes, because they are both massive ground units. Here's the next wave. So this time I pull my Zealots to help deal with that, and I spam storms here. So for those of you who are into 1v1, you might see that I'm kind of stacking the storms, which does not work in 1v1, but in co-op, once you get the Plasma Surge upgrade from the Templar Archives, it's this one, the teal upgrade here, second from the left and second row on the command card. That will allow your storms to A, have a larger radius, B, stack, and 3, heal shields or regen shields on your forces and your allies' forces. So that's actually quite beneficial to get, and that allows me to just, yeah, first of all, do that, and then spam storms here to heal my dudes and to make sure that the high health enemies do not really become things. I warp in more Zealots here. I want to clear out the bonus because I do count bonus towards the points that I give for the commanders. So yeah, I clean that out. I drop Archon dudes here. Try to make sure that I get as many of the areas as possible. There it is. I want to get the areas because my Archons have to clump around to do anything, so I don't want to have to, yeah, have them derp around to get just to get a singular area. That so I split off this Archon, and the rest of the Archons I have in the control group. So that will allow me to attack this area with free reign, while this one Archon dude works on the extraction device, which is the bonus. For the bonus objective, we have to destroy these extraction devices to free the Belshear gliders, which are absolutely not whales. So we are still whacking this area. I believe I'll bring out a probe here later on. Not sure if I'm bringing it out now, but I will bring out the probe here and build a forge, because I want to have cannons to kind of stall, also as mineral dumps. So I whack that one Void Ray.
They grow up so fast.
Archon count is 9 plus 1. This is out of control group. Gateway count, or warp gate count, is 9. I switched my chrono boosts to the gateway. I probably should switch it out of here. Although I think I did switch. Yeah, I did get the upgrades for this a lot. So shoot more overstrikes there. And then I wait for the next one. Oh, I think I think I shot all 5 of them over here. Yeah, I think I shot all 5 of them. So the tremendous damage here. The downside is that they will not be. Yeah, that's all my energy gone. So I'll have to wait for it to regen for me to be able to use another set of Archon dudes. Next wave is here, so I just spam Storm on top of it. That'll help my Zealots survive for longer and make their Stalkers not a thing. Of course, I don't really mind losing these Zealots. They are just mostly mineral dumps. I feed back the High Templar of Amon. That does count toward the damage, so I have no problems using it. You can see this big fat guy. He has 1,000 health, so I'll need to use a bit of energy to delete it. Oh, here it is. The Forge done. I won't get upgrades out of this, but I need the Forge itself to unlock the tech for cannons.
Commanders, it's a jungle out there.
See a spam storm over here. That does tremendous damage to these enemies. Yeah, more storms. Make them not a thing. So next wave will come at around 15 minutes 30 seconds. It'll come from the north. And I'll want to be more efficient with my movement. I want to clear out this whole 5th area, so I don't have to come back here later on. So that later I can just focus on deleting this area and then try to clear the top base for extra points on the full clear. So the way I score this is I add points based on the kill ratio of the Archons relative to the other units, the damage ratio of the Archons relative to the other units. It's a different thing. You can deal a lot of damage without killing something. So those are 2 different things. Survivability is important. It's 20%. And if you complete the map with all objectives, including the bonus, you get another, I think, 2 extra points and another, half an extra point. Another half extra point if you completely clear the map of all enemy units and structures. Observers are not counted in that because it's always been how the solos are considered for co-op. I start a cannon and a pylon here with a probe because Amon has a tendency of sending singular probes here to rebuild the section, and I'd rather not have to destroy it again. So I think it's a good solution to have the cannon just sitting there and intercepting probes. So I still have a massive slots here. The bonus Archon is still working on the bonus, as you can see. It's just neat having that there while my main force is pushing into the enemy bases. So with this massive Zealots, I can just run over here, activate the spinning Zealots. You can activate it manually, by the way. It's in here in the command card. If you activate it manually, they can use it even when there's a singular force. And the nice thing about it is that they can stack on top of each other, increasing your damage output per area, your damage output density, so to speak. You can really see how much damage you're doing to these buildings even. That's down. Yeah, I whack these guys. Storm to heal up my Zealots. So right now I'm up to 17 Archons. I think I'll have more. So I split them off because the 4th set is a big wave. There will be a bot here, a bot here, a bot here, And the waves will be coming from the northwest, the north, the northeast, and the southwest. So I want to have a few Archons in each of these zones to kind of fight them off. Of course, the Archons are relatively slow units, so in Artanis' case, I'd rather have them pre-spaced out so that I can be in position and not have to worry about scrambling everywhere I need to be. So I activate the spin there, and I drop more storms. You can see it's very effective in taking out the wave. Next wave should be on the way. It's actually here. So you can see I'm moving my dudes in position. I spawned a bunch of Zealots there to take out the enemies. Of course, they're being healed by the Archons, so they function. So they kind of sort of double as medevacs, sort of. But yeah, obviously they're also damage dealers. So we're waiting for more waves. So yeah, having these Archons pre-camped here allows you to just be in position no matter where the enemies spawn. So you can see I'm spamming the storms, and it does stack. It does deal more damage when I use storm on top of use the storms on top of each other like that. But remember that only works in co-op for Artanis, and only if you have the Plasma Surge upgrade. This one that I'm highlighting right now on the command card. Next wave is on the way. I just cover the entire area in storms. It's very bad weather. Zealots are still spinning. Stalkers are still falling. And I think that's an Amon. That's an Amon Archon. It's almost dead though, so that's fine. Down it goes. Okay, you can see there's another wave here. You can see when you watch the video, you can kind of see where the enemies are coming from. You just blanket that with storms and make that not a thing. Next up, we'll have another attack wave coming from this area, heading to our base. So for those of you who are trying to keep count, first wave is at 3 minutes, second wave is at 10, third wave is at 15:30, and fourth wave is around 21. 21 plus. Arcode has finally deleted this extraction device, so yeah, that bonus has been acquired. I just finishing off these buildings to try and get the full clear. And then whack these guys, make them not a thing.
That's a good little wad. Welcome home. I missed you so much.
I probably could have been more efficient here if I sent a Zealot here early and just dropped solar and then thinned them out. That way there would be fewer of them here and it'd be easier for me to push. But as it is, I send my forces in. I'm at 24 high Archons. I drop solar. You just really put on the damage, and then I feed back the mothership so it will stop using spells, and then the hybrid reveals itself, so I feed back it, take away health and energy, and now that only the bonus remains, I once again split off an Archon, and the rest will be in a separate control group. I still have shield overcharge on, which is going to be helpful in pushing. So I try to full clear here, and by full clear I mean delete all enemy buildings and units with the exception of creep tumors and observers, because that's how it's been done in in co-op, because it's difficult to track observers. It's kind of unfair. It's kind of unfair to require observers. So the important thing I'm doing here is eliminating the Nexus. The Nexus produces probes, which build all the Protoss buildings. So if a single Nexus survives, that will mean that a probe will survive to rebuild the whole thing. I want to delete every single Nexus on the map that Amon owns, so that he will no longer be able to rebuild the base that I already worked on. I don't want to have to. No one likes working on the same thing twice. So I opted to delete all the Nexus so that I don't have to worry about these buildings being rebuilt. They are permanently gone. I do a little bit more work. Just keep eliminating as many buildings as I can. While that's happening, I have an Archon, or rather 3 Archons making here, and a bunch of Zealots. There's a scout here.
I thought it was funny.
I think I just fully pull back at this point. Yeah, I think ooh, that's a wave on top of me. So I just spam storm on top of there, and then make them not a thing.
The bad guys. Who are they again?
You can see I have a separate force here, that's just ready and waiting to go. And I just watched the minimap to see where the force is coming from. Oh, they're actually gonna try and intercept. Good thing my forge is here, but it turns out it wasn't really necessary either. So yeah, it's fine. Next wave coming up from the north, so I scramble up. And the good thing the bot's not here yet, so they will not take any damage whatsoever. Then run my zealots in and have the Archons convergent on the other side to kind of do a pincer movement. Of course, blanketing storms a pretty good strategy for Artanis, because your units just keep having their lost shields regen because of, as I mentioned earlier, Plasma Surge upgrade on the High Archons and High Templar. I use more spins. Just kill these guys. You can see there are a few buildings left here. I will try to full clear, and for that to be a thing, I will have to delete every single building, and that's after the last wave, but just before the bot gets into here. Speaking of bots, you can see that these bots are harvesting the Terzine. Once they're done harvesting, they'll just make their way back. So our objective is to make sure that these guys, these harvesting bots, bring the Terzine back to the base. Up to 25 Archons now. That's pretty expensive. Okay, another one down south.
Which bot will make it back to me first?
I just spam storm. That's a money storm right there. Look how many units it's damaging. That's beautiful. Just look how many units are going down. That's exactly what we want. Alright, so the last big wave will come at 28 minutes and 3 seconds. So I'm sending some Zealots there. Zealots to drop Silver Bomb on top of the enemies. There's a wave here, but it'll soon be nothing. Drop solar on top of here. And come on, Colossus, come on, walk in, don't be shy. There it is. Yes, that's a good wave. A good wave is a dead wave. So I'm making this wave a good wave. Yeah, just baiting them in storms, making them absolutely not a thing. More Zealots coming up here. Also, this guy is still orange. It's kind of concerning. Yeah, I have to drop the Archons here, because once this bot comes into the base and I haven't full cleared yet, I will no longer have a chance to do so. Meaning, Artanis will lose a point on the counting. So I don't want that to happen, which is why I'm trying to hurry up and delete these buildings as soon as I can. They're still with this void ray here, kind of annoying. And I believe... Oh, you didn't quite catch that. What happened is, I noticed that the bonus wasn't quite going down fast enough, so I dropped down Zealots and Dragoons to make it not a thing. So this is the last building, but you can see there's still a void ray here. Again, the observer doesn't count. There's still a void ray here, and we have to destroy this void ray for it to count as a full clear. What's remaining here? Observer doesn't count. What's remaining here? Observer doesn't count. What's remaining here? Observer doesn't count. So the only thing that counts that remains is this void ray. So it's almost... Uh-oh. That was the last... the last bot got in. That was mission done. But will I be able to delete this void ray in time? I just spam storm, so that... If that's not proof that the Archon storms don't stack, or if that's not proof the Archon storms stack, I don't know what is. I just right-click storm with that thing to make it go down as fast as possible within the time limit. Anyway, let us bring out the score thing. Okie. Artanis, damage percentage 47.8, which is actually worse than Ultralisks. That's wild. Despite not having Kerrigan, it's still worse than Ultralisks. Although that being said, that's a full map clear and all bots are saved. Alright. And finally, kill percentage. That's 50%. Yikes. Ooh, survival rate. Ooh, 19 remain. 19 out of 36. That's less than 50%. Uh-oh. It looks like Archons are not the best. Oh wait, I forgot to count the Archon dudes. Those count. So let us actually count them. Kills 50% plus 7%. There it is. And on here, the Archon dudes should also count. Commander Prestige, I think, should count because those are the things that shoot out of the Archon dudes. So we'll add another 5.7% for the Archon dudes themselves, and add another 16% for the for the things that shoot out of the Archon dudes. So there it is, 69.2. That's actually slightly better. That's actually slightly better. So there are two questions that remain. The first one is the things that shoot out of the Archons, or the Archon dudes, does it count under Artanis' top bar, which is only 12% here? Or does it not? Oh wait, maybe that's the difference. Look, check it out. If you add 50 and 21 and 12, that's about 88% math on stream or on YouTube. It's still the same. Yeah, so you add that, that's 88%. And then you add 7%. So 7% plus 88, that's 95. So there's 5% remaining, which I guess I could attribute to the shooty things from the Archon dudes. So 5%. 62. Still not enough. It's up to you now. That is the last one. So the last one is, do you guys like Artanis' Archon dudes relative to other big boys or massive ground units? A poll will go up tomorrow. You guys gotta vote on that. I'll update Kerrigan's poll as soon as I come back from holiday. And I'll see you guys next time.